I'm not home by 6, I'll surely be done. The missus will kill me, let's just go for the one. The one, don't go for the one. Don't go for the one, for the one, for the one. The one.
Hey guys, that was Gaelic Storm with Don't Go For The One. Welcome back to another episode of Beer Talk. We would like to remind you to please drink responsibly. And don't forget, guys, you can email us beertalk2013@gmail.com. We also are on Twitter, Facebook, Untapped, and now YouTube. Alright, guys. Well, so today we've got another great episode lined up for you. It is not the beer that we originally said it was going to be.
Well, you know, we have to bow to the whims of the local beer store.
We have, today we have Wells Banana Bread beer. I'm excited. I've had it before, but I like it, and I've been wanting to do this, so...
As have I. And we've never told you guys that we're always new to the beer. Although usually we are new to the beers that we try here on the show.
Try to be.
I mean, yeah. But this time, this just sounded like a great idea, and...
I've been wanting to do it for a while, and honestly, when you've drank as much as we have, and not even in an alcoholic sense as much as just we've tried a lot of different beers with Beer Club. We've tried a lot of different beers, so some beers we're gonna have to.
And I like to go back and double tap some of my beers because sometimes my ratings change.
True.
And thanks to this that Untapped app that we use so much now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to go back and see what you rated in the past.
Keep track, see if you've altered it or.
We also have kind of an interesting twist on this beer. It's a banana bread beer, so it raises the question: will it make a difference if you eat it with banana bread? Well, my lovely wife, Mrs. Pirate, decided that she was going to help us out, and she baked us some banana bread. So towards the end of this session, we'll actually pair it with actual banana bread and see it. Yeah, we'll see how that works out for us.
A slight bit of info, real quick, on the Young's and Wells Brewery, because that's who this is. Sorry for the noise. Their website is a little, I want to say spotty. I don't care for it a whole lot. Like
a lot of extra HTML Flash craziness.
Well, and like their beer, I don't click on the beer, but if I click and hold, I can get a bit of a description.
Probably not great for a touchscreen. We are using a tablet.
Yeah.
So probably with your computer, maybe if you hover over it, but it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Hard to translate that.
Let's see. This says Wells Banana Bread beer. I'm going to zoom in slightly. With a tempting, and here's what throws me off. Banoffee. 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 It's like a banana coffee, I guess.
Okay.
What they're going for.
I guess it was kind of a pun there, though.
Yeah. Aroma. That's what the aroma is. This beer is very popular, particularly in export markets. That's all they have to say about the beer on their own website. Okay. I think that's kind of cruddy.
I definitely think they could do a little more, but maybe we can help them out and expand that for our listeners today.
There we go.
Yeah,
and also, we looked at their video.
Yeah. So on their website, Kyle found this really neat little kind of history of the brewery and the company behind the brewery. It's been passed down generation to generation, families. I don't know that it still is, but it was for years and years. It hinted like it is. It's now owned by a company, like a blanket corporation, that is the same name as the guy who originally owned it, Charles Wells. So that's interesting. Maybe there's still some involvement from the family. Hard to say. So it started in 1875, where Charles Wells wanted to marry his old lady. He was a sailor. He lived out on the sea, and the woman that he fell in love with, her father would not allow her to marry a man who lived on the sea because his daughter wouldn't get enough attention. So old Charlie comes back and he buys a brewery at auction. And the brewery comes with 32 pubs. And he bought that for 16,700 pounds. By 1890, he had 80 pubs. They were brewing 12,552 barrels a year. And the business, like I said, was passed down from generation to generation. In 1893, they started bottles. And by 2006, they joined with the Young's Brewery of London. And that's why sometimes you'll see, like the Young's Double Chocolate Stout actually says Young's and Wells on it. So that's why that is. They have bars all over Europe, Italy, Russia, Hungary, Poland, and I believe they have agreements with pubs in France, they said as well.
Yeah,
it's something strange where they don't own it, but they do serve there or something like that. They make over 30 beers today. And they own over 200 pubs in England. So I think maybe that meant Europe, I'm not sure, but pretty impressive internationally.
Yeah.
And I've not even began to try. I mean, if they have 30, I might have tried 3 of theirs. So definitely one that I'm not real, I don't want to say real into, but one that I haven't tried a whole lot. And I'd like to continue trying.
Yeah.
Because this one I like a lot.
Yeah, the Young's Dark Double Chocolate Stout or whatever, that one's a bit of a hit and miss.
Yeah, it seems you either love it or hate it. Because when I say I didn't enjoy it, people just get on to me. Like, you have to try it again, you have to try it under this condition, you have to try it under this, you have to try it as a virgin pisses on, a flute under the full moon, and then it's really delicious. I think that was fricky. I don't know. But you have to do something strange every time. And, again, I've been chastised for saying I don't like that beer, but, maybe I'll come back, maybe we'll try it again. But I prefer not to do it on an episode of Beer Talk, because I don't want to complain for half an hour.
Well, and we did an episode of Beer Talk with Young's, me and
you and Kuhn did.
Yeah. And I rated it higher than I did originally. It was better.
Fair. I will give you that.
I don't know if it was my taste buds or the fact
Full
that it was
moon.
out of the darn bottle. It was a full moon.
I'm just saying.
And I was bitten by a leprechaun. I think that's what did it.
Probably part of it. It's different than I heard, but similar. I'm just having fun. Okay, yeah.
I don't even get the coffee.
No,
I get banana
I feel
bread,
like
though. So much banana bread.
I'm curious to see. Maybe that word meant something different. Maybe they were going for something different. I don't get any kind of coffee from it at all.
It's the only thing I can think. BANOFFEE.
Maybe it's a real word that we're missing, and feel free to yell at us via our email or Facebook or something.
Yeah,
let us know. We love learning, but not really.
I want everyone to try this beer. It's good.
No, this is absolutely. I think this is one that people will skip in the stores. I think they'll go right past it because they say banana bread beer. Why would anybody like this?
I skipped it for a long time until I made a mix of 6, and I thought, screw it, I'll throw it in and see what it's like. And ever since then, man, I've been all about it. And I like it.
Yeah, I'll be damned if it's my wife's favorite beer. I consider it every time I walk by. The only thing that kind of stops me is it's 10 for a 4-pack. At least where we're at.
That is
it's a little pricey, but again, it's a good beer. It's good to try. I think if you had it all the time, you might get a little sick of it, but I think that's true of most craft beers. Part of the point is to try a lot of different things. So we don't have it that often, but it's a good one to have around. I really like it. It's one of the few sweet beers that really, really does get me.
See, and I didn't even think about this until I just read this. Malty aroma. I'm on Rate Beer. I haven't read the Rate Beer ratings yet, but they've got a little thing here that says this dark golden colored ale hugs the palate with a great intensity. Its malty aroma is complemented, sorry, I had to scroll around, by the gentle nose of banana. It's
absolutely. That I get, hands down.
Floral is Flavour, right?
Flavor?
Is that flavor?
Flavor.
I have to say,
European spelling of flavor.
Its flavor unfolds.
Flavor.
Flavor with a sensual sparkle and a small crispness.
So they're clearly advertising to your 21 to 25-year-old gay men who enjoy sparkles. So I'm not saying that's all gay men. You're ones who actually enjoy sparkles. They're trying to market to you. But I will say, for those of you who are not 21 to 25-year-old gay men, this is a fantastic beer anyway.
Let's see. Says those things I said with which balances the nose perfectly. Tropically fruity. Its ripe banana flavor emphasized by a hint of bitterness, which I have not really picked up on yet.
I get that a little.
Comes from an addition of real fair trade bananas.
Okay.
And finishes with something. So
they do the fair trade bananas, which is good. And the color is I'd say a dark copper. Do you agree with me there?
No.
No?
No.
No?
Nowhere near.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that it is a dark copper.
Oh, okay. If you say so.
And of the two of us, I am the one who has not committed mutiny, so we'll be going with my word.
I don't remember committing mutiny.
Quoting Disney. That's really sad, but let's continue.
Malty in the nose. I'm not getting bitter on the flavor.
It's there a little bit. It's on the back end, and it kind of keeps this from being an overly sweet beer. I think that bitterness is very necessary.
Yeah.
So maybe it's blending the flavor very well, so you're kind of missing it, or
I'm going to say light to medium body. Washes away really clean. Like, you get a lot of banana flavor on the front, and then it just kind of washes away. It doesn't leave a nasty beer flavor, but it's just more of a watery flavor, which might be a turnoff for some people.
Right.
Maybe that's why
this is... it's clean on the finish. Like, you get that little bit of a bitter to the, kind of the back of your mouth, and then you're like, well, what was I just drinking? I know I was drinking something. You go back for another drink because your palate is completely cleared, which is kind of biased. Obviously, if I were to drink some lemon or something, I probably wouldn't think it was cleared, but no. Quite good. Smell, flavor, absolutely. So, do we want to talk about what Rate Beer is speaking about it?
Or do you want to go? Why don't we go ahead and get the ratings on those, and we can...
Okay. Because what I would like to do, since we do have the banana bread, I'd like to give our ratings and then try the banana bread, pair it, and try our ratings again. And see if it changes. Just kind of discuss it. Don't necessarily have to give numbers a second time.
I'm going to start through on what I have. So Beer Advocate, they rate it with 2,543 ratings as a 79 Beer Advocate, so it's okay.
Okay, yeah.
The bros have not rated it on here, on Beer Advocate. So
whoa, get on that, bros.
Get on that,
so
bros.
Disappointing.
What's up, bros?
We should be bros. I think we are bros.
No.
Let's know.
No.
I do wear 3 polos at a time.
Get out.
I'm out.
Rate Beer for the style, and this is kind of hurting me. They gave it a 31. Apparently the style is I didn't even think to read that, I apologize, I'm slacking today. Is a fruit/vegetable beer, and it's a 5.2% alcohol.
Well, as vegetable beers go.
Yeah, apparently it's a 31 in style, and overall 40. So they don't care.
They don't care
very
for
much.
it. And I will say, anytime you do a beer that is different, especially when you're speaking on the sweet side of things, I tend to see Rate Beer not liking it much. Yeah. Rate Beer or Beer Advocate, they both seem to kind of say, well, this is a gimmicky beer, this is something you won't like. And I would agree, there's some gimmick to this beer. I mean, it says banana bread on it. Yeah. I think that's...
kind of a little gimmicky.
Yeah. But I think it's definitely worth a try. It probably won't be your favorite. You won't have it every day, but I really think that you will enjoy it more than you expect to when you pass it on the shelf.
What I like seeing is on Untapped, with 54,512 ratings, it is a 3.61 out of 5 bottle caps. So it's almost, it's working its way towards a 4. It's
right.
Clearly
definitely a high rating as far as that goes.
A 7, I think is where around that would be.
On our scale, yes. Maybe almost a 7.5, but
out of
quite.
10. So that I like to see. So I think on this beer, I've rated it before. I'm trying to remember what I want to give it. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking a 6, maybe a 6.5.
I'm actually at around a 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised that you're higher. I honestly thought I would be a higher rating than you on this one.
No, I like this beer a lot.
I do too.
It's the price that kind of steers me away from it more than anything, which I hate saying. But
no, it's a thing.
$10 for 4 beers and they're all 5% alcohol.
Yeah.
Kind of a...
You gotta really blow me away. The Mission IPA, there's one of the 4 hands that's in a 4-pack. Is that the wrong brewery? 4 Hands?
I mean, there is a 4 hands.
Okay, that's what I'm
I don't know if that's what you're
4 hands and 4-pack. I was overlapping on myself, thinking my brain shut off for a second. But there are a handful of beers that I will jump for. Almost anything that Boulevard puts out, if it's a 4-pack, they put their Tank 7 in a 4-pack. I jump on those.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I'm buying it in a 4-pack, I really have to be convinced that it is a good beer or worth the risk. And so I think that's another thing that may deter people from this. For a $10 4-pack, that's a little rough.
It is. I think I'm going to have to nail down a 7 rating.
Okay.
I've had this enough now that I think I'm comfortable with that. Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you this. I cut our banana bread into little strips over here, so you guys don't have to, listen to silence while we munch. And I'll continue to talk while Kyle shoves the whole thing down his throat without chewing. You might have one that you that you chew around for a second. Now, this bread is the finest made from scratch in a box from Trader Joe's, lovingly crafted by my wife. As I said before, Mrs. Pirate. Does it bring out any extra flavors? Are you finding anything new?
On the aftertaste.
Okay.
on the front of when you first put it in your mouth, the drink in your mouth, no. And as it washes down, it pops that banana. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I don't think it enhances my rating at all.
This isn't the best thing ever. This isn't like, oh wow, but it does. I feel that banana on the back end.
Yeah.
This isn't, go out and make banana bread and have this beer because you absolutely have to experience it. But I will say it improved the beer a little bit, or the flavors that I'm getting. It helps isolate some of the flavors a little bit.
It makes it wash away a little less clean.
That's
makes
true.
That banana come out.
It hangs a little bit with the addition of the banana bread. Something I wanted to try when we decided we were doing this beer, I kind of made the executive decision since I couldn't find the creme brulee we were expecting to do.
Fine.
Which means that'll likely be pushed back. Hopefully they'll have it by the next episode. But
we'll see.
We're coming up on the Christmas holidays, so we may do another episode this weekend. It's hard to say. We might not. And it's not likely that they'll have restocked by then. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Were they just out? Did they have it, but they were out?
Didn't see anything.
Not
and they were being Christmas Eve, and as it was getting out on Christmas Eve, I did not want to be the guy that asked them to go in the back.
Right.
Which, as somebody who's worked in those positions, you understand, I'm sure.
I just didn't know if you saw maybe a label or something. Like
I couldn't find the label even. I looked over everything 2 or 3 times, and you know what I'm saying? It might actually have been there, but I'm pretty sure it was not.
Well, either way, you want to pull up what's trending on Untapped here? And we
I can absolutely pull up what's trending on Untapped. I'm going to bet
7,
you.
By the way.
You're staying at your 7. So that
even with
changed.
the bread, 7.
I'm pretty sure on Untapped we're going to find at least one Sam Adams.
The bread gets a 10.
And the bread gets a 10. The bread is delicious. Thank you, Mrs. Pirate.
Thank you,
so I'm going to guess that we have 1 Lagunitas and 1 Sam Adams.
That's what you're guessing?
That's every single time.
Your Lagunitas.
I don't want you to raise anything because we're not betting. Okay, so
we're
you're going to say 2
shots.
I'll give you. Oh, wow, here we go. So we're going to say 2 Lagunitas from Kyle. Let's see what happens here.
And 1 Sierra Nevada, 1 Stone, 1 Samuel Adams.
All these things that he's listing here too, guys. If you're feeling a little too I don't want to try those because they're not really craft beers because they're big craft beers, I would definitely suggest going and checking them out.
They're still good.
They absolutely are, and it's a nice standard because if you do have friends who are, spread across the United States as we seem to always have since we move across the United States, so all our friends are actually in one area, but we move. It's good to have that basic base to talk about them with. So right off the bat, we're still seeing a lot of the same ones we saw last time. I'm seeing the Winter Lager, Sam Adams, and the Celebration Ale from Sierra Nevada, and the Enjoy by 1226 Stone IPA. That one is actually a lot higher than it was last time, and I imagine that's because we're getting close to the 26th, and people are diving for that, and I kind of wish I had seen it. The Christmas Ale by Great Lakes Brewing Company, which if you're following us on Facebook, which that's not how you say that, if you like us on Facebook, you'll see that our good buddy Chris Kuhn, who used to be the co-host for Kyle here on the show, left a little bit of a blurb there about the Christmas Ale. Chris is one of the people, he and Kyle are people I trust implicitly about beer, specifically craft beer, but absolutely worth a look. He really enjoyed it, and if you're in the Midwest area, I definitely suggest you go grab that by the Great Lakes Brewing Company. It's the Christmas Ale. Then we've got Brown Sugar by Lagunitas, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year by Anchor Brewing Company, Mad Elf by Troegs, the umlaut again, same as last week. Another Sam Adams, that's the Sam Adams White Christmas, Accumulation by New Belgium Brew Co., and the Breakfast Stout. Kyle, I think, if I didn't miss anything here, let me scroll back through, only 1 Lagunitas.
No!
So you're going to do a keg stand on your head, and you also have to go buy a keg, because we don't have one. I don't know if
awesome.
It's a little redundant, but yes. Anyway, so the trending beers, by and large, have not changed very much since our last one. But that's not a big deal,
Well, and I know I'd like to do it every week to week, but at the same time, week to week, it's really probably not going to change. I just like to do it in case something flips around.
Certainly. And if we find something like crazy in there, and right now, they're seasonal, so we're going to see a lot of those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And but again, I think you're going to see the Christmas ales and the obviously the drink by the 26th, that's going to be gone. But I think we'll see a couple more bump in there, and I imagine maybe we'll see 2 Lagunitas on there again, because we do tend to see either 2 Sam Adams or 2 Lagunitas, or not both.
Yeah. Again, I would like to bring up, if anybody wishes us to try anything that they want us to try a beer and see what we think about it, please feel free to email us.
If it's not a local one that we are not able to get, obviously if you live in Oregon, and it's only available in Oregon.
We're not going to be able to get that.
We're not going to be able to get that one. But let us know. And if you want to see a local one, if you want to see a Florida brew co., let us know. We'll see if we can get our hands on it, especially if it's one we haven't heard of, because we love the local ones. And we love to go out and see those places. So
yeah, and also know that for upcoming episodes, at least, I intend on trying to get a hold of some local breweries and doing some on-location episodes.
That would be just fantastic.
I know.
Most good.
I would love it. Most good.
She is just awful.
So, we're pretty well wrapping up here, guys.
Yeah, so this is kind of a quick episode. We're getting the format down. We're lightning through.
Oh, no.
Which is good and bad.
Looks like we're going to have to slow down with
talking. The next 20 minutes will be my impression. I'm just kidding. Don't turn it off. Just kidding. So in our upcoming episodes, obviously, we did talk about doing the creme brulee, which didn't happen.
I'm hoping to get that one in. We'll see who carries it. I'm not gonna.
We'll go to another store, even because obviously I went to 2 stores. They're the ones closest to me and most convenient on my route home.
I think that should be one that if we get it, we get it. Although we might have a special guest speaker for maybe not the next one, but the next week one.
Absolutely. So here soon we'll hopefully have a special guest speaker, and he's going to bring some stuff home from his home area.
Hopefully.
You know, all our friends are out on the Christmas holidays, and we've leveraged all of them to bring stuff back.
That's how we do.
Probably none of them will, except this guy. But he's ready to be internet famous. You know, he's
got a face for radio.